Coast Guard says debris from the Titan has been brought to the surface from the ocean floor.
The debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber.
The arrogance and the hubris that sent that ship to its doom is exactly the same thing that sent those people at that sub to their fate.
On June 18, 2023, the world would be gripped by one of the most tragic and mysterious maritime disasters of our time. At 8 a.m., a small 5-passenger submersible named Titan began its descent into the heart of the ocean, nearly 13,000 feet below the surface, about the height of 5 Burj Khalifas stacked together. The mission: to explore the wreckage of the Titanic, one of the most infamous and alluring sights in maritime history. For over 45 minutes, everything seemed normal. But then, a fateful moment. The communication between Titan and its surface vessel, known as Shiva, was lost. The submersible was in the deep where no one could hear its silent distress. The crew members aboard Titan, seasoned adventurers with decades of experience, would face a nightmare they could never have imagined. This wasn't the first time Titan had experienced communication problems, and yet no immediate action was taken. After all, it had happened before. But by the time 3 p.m. came and passed and Titan still hadn't resurfaced, it was too late. The search began, but it was already a race against time. Using advanced submersible robots and sonar technology, teams scoured the ocean floor. The pressure was mounting and the clock was ticking. Hours turned into days, but the search came up empty. What went wrong? And why did this happen when Titan had successfully completed over 200 deep-sea missions in the past decade? To understand the tragedy, we need to go back to 2019, when OceanGate, led by visionary CEO Stockton Rush, set out to revolutionize underwater exploration. Their goal? To offer deep-sea tourism, an experience as exclusive and adventurous as space travel. Much like Elon Musk's mission to bring space to the masses, OceanGate wanted to bring the wreck of the Titanic to everyday tourists. But this ambition would come at a steep cost. The Titan wasn't just any submarine. It was a submersible, a vessel that required an external system to launch and recover it. If the submersible lost contact with its recovery system, it could become lost forever. Yet despite these risks, the company pressed on. In 2017, OceanGate launched the Titanic expedition. By 2021, the dream became a reality, with the first tourist expeditions taking place. Tickets for the voyage started at $86,000 and quickly rose to over 2 crores. Over the next 2 years, Titan made 12 successful dives to the Titanic wreck site. Among the passengers were some of the world's most experienced divers, including Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a French Navy veteran with 37 dives to the Titanic. Alongside him were experts like Hamish Hard, a world record-holding deep-sea diver, and 2 first-time explorers, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Daud and his son Suleiman. But June 18, 2023 was different. Titan descended to explore the Titanic wreck at 12 p.m. The plan? To return by 7 p.m. The submarine's descent was smooth, but as it neared the wreck, the unthinkable happened. Titan's communication with its recovery system, Shiva, was lost. Despite this, the team on board continued the mission, unaware that this glitch would turn into a deadly crisis. OceanGate staff had grown accustomed to such glitches. After all, this wasn't the first time communication had failed. But as hours passed with no sign of the submersible, the situation became dire. The next morning, a full-scale search was launched, with planes and ships combing the waters. But Titan was nowhere to be found. What had happened to the crew? To understand what went wrong, we need to look at the design of Titan itself. Unlike traditional submarines, which are spherical for a reason, to evenly distribute pressure, Titan was designed with a cylindrical shape. This design allowed for more passengers but also made the submersible more vulnerable to the crushing depths. And that's not all. Titan wasn't built from titanium, the material typically used for submarines due to its ability to withstand immense pressure. Instead, it was constructed from carbon fiber, a material that can easily fail under deep-sea conditions. Despite this, CEO Stockton Rush remained confident, claiming the design was safe, backed by partnerships with Boeing and NASA. But the truth was far darker. In 2018, a former engineer, David Lockhart, noticed cracks forming in Titan's viewport during tests at depths greater than 4,000 feet. The submersible couldn't handle the pressure, and Lockhart warned the company. But his concerns were dismissed, and he was eventually fired. Instead of addressing these safety issues, OceanGate focused on rapid innovation. Passengers were required to sign a waiver, acknowledging that Titan was not certified for safety. Reports suggest that Titan met its tragic end due to a catastrophic implosion. As the submersible descended deeper into the ocean, the pressure from the surrounding water became unbearable. At depths of 10,000 feet, the pressure is 350 times greater than at sea level. Any weak point in the submarine structure would have been crushed instantly, leading to a catastrophic implosion, an inward collapse that would have killed the passengers in the blink of an eye. The world watched in disbelief as the search efforts continued, but it was too late. 5 lives were lost. The Titan disaster serves as a tragic reminder that no matter how advanced the technology, safety must always come first. OceanGate's negligence in addressing warnings and cutting corners on design led to the loss of these brave adventurers. In the pursuit of innovation, OceanGate ignored the most basic rules of safety. This catastrophe could have been avoided. The lessons from this disaster must be remembered, and future explorers must prioritize human life over ambition.